I gotta move my cam. What's good, everybody? Today, it's a kidnapping video. You know what I'm saying? Kidnapping is I don't want to get on the topic because I don't know really what to say, you know, and all that. But the video is kidnapping led to the killer's death or something like that, right? He kidnapped the wrong girl. You're going to see the title. But I'm just doing this for an experiment. If y'all like these videos, let me know. If not, I would never, ever do it again. But let's get into the video. I'm saying, y'all see these? I did them myself, so the parts ain't crispy. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear it. But I think I did a pretty good job, if you ask me. But let's see. I don't know if this is a serial killer or it's a regular kidnapper. Because why is my headphones? Did my headphones die, man? I just recorded a video. How did you disconnect already? Okay.
You know, in one way or another. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling. I'm not proud of anything I've done. And the worst thing is I don't understand why.
He was a monster. He is still a monster until the day he takes his last breath. Bobby DeLong, thank you. Thank you for choosing me instead of another 17-year-old little girl.
It was pretty easy to tell from the very minute I grabbed McVeigh that she wasn't like the others. And that's probably why she's still alive, walking and talking today.
In 1984, a 17-year-old girl named Lisa McVeigh was on the brink of suicide. After years of sexual abuse from her grandmother's boyfriend, the Florida teen planned on killing herself and even wrote a goodbye note as she was ready for the final act.
Damn.
All of a sudden, on that fateful night, she was kidnapped and abducted on her way home. With a gun pressed against her temple, McVeigh made the split-second decision to do whatever it took to survive. What happened over the course of the next 26 hours would not only save her life, but also lead to the death of her abductor. Lisa McVeigh was riding her bike home from a double shift at a donut shop on November 3rd, 1984.
I always took the same route on the way home. It was always dark, but it just seemed darker that night than usual. So I'm pedaling my bicycle on the sidewalk, but a car by and blew the horn. And I'm thinking, that was kind of odd. Why would a car go by and blow a horn on the sidewalk?
The exhausted 17-year-old pedaled past a church at about 2 a.m.
I looked back to the church again, and next thing I know, I was just yanked off my bicycle. It felt like 3 or 4 guys just jerked me off my bike to no end.
McVeigh started screaming as loudly as she could until her attacker pressed a gun to her head.
And then I felt the cold steel barrel.
It wasn't the first time that someone had threatened the teen with death. Lisa lived with her grandmother in Tampa because her drug-addicted mother was unable to take care of her. As a result, she endured 3 years of her grandmother's boyfriend molesting her and threatening her with a gun.
Oh my, this whole story is just bad news, bro. I don't know if I can keep doing these. I don't like bad news video, you know what I'm saying? Drama is one thing, but this is just,
Faye, who
oh my
she
God.
wanted to die, told her attacker, "I'll do whatever you want, just don't kill me." The man tied McVeigh up, blindfolded her, and threw her into his car.
Ligatures on my wrists, ankles.
She then searched for clues that might save her life.
I don't know what made me do this, but I tightened my jaw. Whoever did tie the blindfold too tight. When I released my jaw, the muscles, it would make the blindfold loose. It worked.
She used a small open space below the blindfold to size up the car, a red Dodge Magnum. "I watched a lot of crime shows," Lisa later said. "You'd be surprised about the survival skills you have when you're in a position like that." The abductor started driving. Terrified for her life, Lisa tracked the minutes passing, noted that they were driving north, and counted every step as McVeigh was taken inside his apartment in Tampa. For the next 26 hours, the man repeatedly raped, tortured, and abused Lisa McVeigh. She felt certain that she would die at any moment.
Bro, what the
Before
fuck?
he kidnapped Lisa McVeigh, Bobby Joe Long had already murdered 8 women. He would go on to kill 2 more after his incident with McVeigh. However, her story does not end there. Bobby first began his crime spree in the early 1980s, using classified ads to find victims. After raping dozens of women, Long started killing them in 1984. Then in November, Long kidnapped Lisa McVeigh. While trapped in the killer's apartment, the blindfolded 17-year-old overheard the news report that she was missing. She choked back her screams as Long once again threatened to put a bullet in her head. Certain that Long would murder her, McVeigh pressed her fingerprints on as many places as she could in his apartment.
I was putting my fingerprints everywhere. The vanity mirror, on the walls, to show the police I was fighting, trying to leave my marks to, hey, listen, I was here. I was one of his victims.
She did this hoping that someday the police would be able to use the evidence to catch her killer. Meanwhile, she made up stories to humanize herself to Long.
So I told him, I said, listen, it's unfortunate how we met. I could be your girlfriend, I could take care of you, and no one ever has to know. Reverse psychology, I guess. Coddling him like a 4-year-old child. It worked.
Most notably, she lied that her father was ill and that she was his only caregiver. Finally, after more than a day of torture, Long hauled McVeigh back to his car, telling her that he was going to take her back home. Bobby drove Lisa to an ATM and a gas station. He then dropped her off behind the shop around 4:30 AM. Long told McVeigh to wait 5 minutes before taking off her blindfold so he could drive away. But just before he did, he said to Lisa, "Tell your father he's the reason I didn't kill you."
I was frozen. My mind's racing. Should I run? Should I walk? Is he watching me? Is he pointing the gun at me right now? Is he going to run me over by his car?
Lisa McVeigh ran through the early morning hours all the way back to her grandmother's house. When she arrived home, her grandmother's boyfriend began beating her and accusing her of cheating on him. Neither
What
her
the
grandma
fuck?
nor the boyfriend believed McVeigh's story. Her grandma even told the Tampa police that she was lying about being kidnapped. But luckily for McVeigh, the police insisted on an investigation. Lisa wanted to make sure the police caught Long, so she told Sergeant Larry Pinkerton everything that she remembered about the attack.
I was asked by my detective to go in and talk to her, and I did talk to her. And I told her, this is my daughter, she's your age. There's nothing I won't do to protect her. And I'm going to protect you. I'd never seen a victim of a violent crime like this that had such recall.
Just mere days after her ordeal, McVeigh heard a news report about a murder victim in the area. Convinced her kidnapper was the killer, McVeigh called up Pinkerton and said, "Come get me, there's more I need to tell you." McVeigh recounted her experience to the police again. Pinkerton asked her if she'd like to be hypnotized to help her jog any latent memories. But
Oh man, listen, bro. I don't know how y'all get. No, and he's being classified as a serial killer. I don't care. I don't know how y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some people be feeling bad for them, talking about some childhood trauma. This lady right here just went through more than some people went through in their lifetime as a kid, and she still, you know what I'm saying? She persevered. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she's still alive. I don't know how old this video is. I don't know if she's still alive or if she's still, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever she's doing to this day. But she didn't let none of that hold her back. And it might have fucked up her mind. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. I need to stop cussing. I'm sorry, but she still fought through it. So the serial killers would she got kidnapped, went home, and got beat for it. You know what I'm saying? And she's, hey, I don't know what to say.
when her grandmother's boyfriend refused to grant her permission, this prompted McVeigh to reveal his abuse to the cops, leading to his arrest. With one of Lisa's abusers in handcuffs, she wanted to make sure the same thing happened to Long. Placed in a center for runaway teens, Lisa looked at a photo lineup of potential kidnappers. Since she had briefly felt her attacker's face and also caught glimpses of him due to a small gap in her blindfold, she successfully identified Long in the lineup.
6 pictures. I said, that's your guy. Just take your time. You gotta take your time. I'm telling you, that's your guy. He's the one that abducted me.
We were confident we had the right suspect. It was imperative for us to move as quickly as possible.
Ultimately, Lisa McVeigh's story led detectives right to Bobby. She was able to retrace her abductor's movements so the cops could track down his car.
All of a sudden they said, "We've got him." And they ran out into the parking lot. They handcuffed him, put him in the car, read him his rights.
Late this evening, investigating officers from the task force have arrested and charged Robert J. Long.
Unfortunately, the serial killer had managed to claim 2 more victims before his arrest. The next year, Long was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to death. He eventually confessed to committing 10 murders in total.
If I didn't do it, if I tried not to do it, I'd be okay for, a day, 2 days, but it wouldn't stop. This would go on until I did it. Then when I would do it, I'd be okay for a month, 2 months, 3 months, sometimes longer. Sometimes a couple of weeks, sometimes a week. And then it would hit again.
As for Lisa, her life soon changed for the better. After she aged out of the runaway centre, she moved in with a caring aunt and uncle and took up a variety of jobs. And then in 2004, she signed up for the police academy. She later joined the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the same department that had arrested her abductor. She went on to specialise in sex crimes to help other people and victims just like her.
I'm no longer a victim. I'm a survivor and I'm a warrior. There's no victim.
You hear it. You hear it. She's a survivor and a warrior. Know what I'm saying? So, if you... I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm not going to touch too much on the topic. But I'm not doing no more videos like this unless y'all like them. Because that was too much. You know what I'm saying? That damn near ruined the rest of my day. It's only 2:23. Man, all that bullshit that he was doing. The fuck? And he wouldn't have got caught if he didn't let her go. That's the crazy thing. You gotta, I gotta think about this. I forgot, right? This was back then. Less technology, less this. But still, this is still happening to this day. Just protect yourself at all times. And I don't know, people tell you carry mace, carry a taser. But in her situation, if she had a mace or a taser, it probably wouldn't have helped her at all. He had a gun to her head. Probably wouldn't have helped her. I don't know. Let me shut up. End of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Catch y'all on the next one.
Name my new stick trees, pointing at niggas, she gon' eat 'em. We on that wherever we see 'em. Tell your bitch to stay on my DM. You lame, I don't wanna be 'em.